Hey everyone, this is Bosch Trading. It's the pre-market show. It's 1:30 in Amsterdam. It's 7:30 Eastern time. And let's do the pre-market show. I'm just watching my screen now because this one, TNXP, pharmaceutical biotech, had some news here at 7 o'clock that they reached some kind of agreement to do worldwide. Let me see what it says exactly. Exclusive worldwide licensing agreement with hold on, with Oyagen to develop antiviral SARS-CoV vaccines. So it spiked up on that news, which came on at 7-ish here, just after 6, around 7 at least. Big spike up here on the left side. You see my 5-minute screen and those big candles of the last 10 minutes. Well, that's a sign. If that's not a sign, then what is? Now it just pulls back because it's obviously overextended a little because of this green 9 EMA that's right here, and I'm looking at the wrong one because it's a 5 minutes. So this is one. So it just pulls back now till 106, and 106 also happens to be VWAP here at the 1 minute chart. So will this one get a surge up, or is this the move from 96 cents till 114, and that's it? That's a 12% move, more or less 13%. Just check my levels, my level 2 and my tape. There's some big sellers and some buyers. So in my book, this would be a double top. This one on 14. And if you have confidence in this one, then you can buy the dip here if you want to. So it has to pull back a little more to this VWAP, and then you can see if it bounces off this one. But I'm not really sure if that's gonna happen. And you'll never be sure, of course. Volume on this pre-market is decent, 80,000-ish. This looks nice, of course. Big up, consolidation, big up, consolidation. You can see it here also. You don't like these spikes, of course, but it's not just one big rip up and then going down. It's just steadily climbing now, but you want to make sure if it holds in 107. Volume is now really going down on this one, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a play in pre-market, but definitely one to watch on when markets open. So there's some news on this one. Let's see if there's some news on other stocks too. Lizzie. Lizzie. This one also spikes on news. Lizzie enters into car audio collaboration. Okay. No terms were disclosed, so there's no amount attached to it, so it's really hard to say if this is just a spike on news and then it's gonna fade. Which is often true with these kinds of huge spikes up. So Lizzie is not in play for me. Maybe for a short if you are interested in that kind of play. Then other news. Opgen. OPGN. Also on news a few minutes ago, as you can see here. So what you see here is people just buying on news here. Oh. Without even knowing what the news is, maybe. So this is buying on news, boom, it gets rejected. A lot of big sellers here are coming in, so, oh, really, did you bought this one? Oh, it's at 270 now, gonna sell it, and then you get this kind of action. But you really want to know, of course, if there is any, if it holds the levels that it pops up to. Nextera also has news. Nextera Energy. Here we see it again, spike up, rejection, and that's it. Nothing further on that one. That's all news that came in 3 or 4 minutes ago. So always good to check that news and see if a pop will really hold. Let's look at a pre-market scanner. I looked this morning at Clough in the early bird morning show. It says at 10 o'clock here Amsterdam time and 4 o'clock Eastern time New York at the Benzinga channel, and we looked at Clough at that point. I'm really curious what happened to it since then. We looked at this pop here, and this pop was then above 981. This one. Just let me clean up the screen a little bit. So there was the pop at 981. Then went down, went up again. Could have bought it above 981 and then to the top here, a little under the top. 925 seems now to be the level, the $0.25-ish, not entirely, a little above. So try to really reach that 1065 again that we determined to be as a level, and then fell through VWAP. And now it's just maybe just a fading stock all day long. You just have to see how it does 2 hours from now, but not very confident in that one now. We looked at this one, TNXP. This is the, so here's the consolidation on this one, on the 5 minutes. Let's pull up this 5 minute here. Pulls up once, twice, consolidation. Up, once, twice, consolidation here. So 114 seems to be some kind of level for now. And when you look at the daily, can I Yes, I can. Look at this one. This is on the daily. 114 is the low. So it was support here 6 days ago. 114 was also support here. 114. That was 1 month ago or something. 114 is a level, and this is 115, 116, 115. 115, 116. So 114, 115, 116 is really a level for this stock. That's obvious now. And not because of this one, but also because, not just because of this high here, but it seems to be a level on more than 1 day. So if it's breaking that level, and well, it looks like we might get there right now. No overextension right now on this one. This is the 5-minute candle that you want. This is what I showed you just now. Up 1, 2 consolidation, up 1, 2 consolidation. Will this go now through that 114 with big volume? Then you may have a play on your hands. But looking at my levels, level 2, and looking at the tape, I see there is a lot of resistance here in this area. So be very careful. And there we go again, pulls back. So 114 for this one is the level. Let's set an alert also for this level. Just watch it the next 2 hours until market opens, if this is something that we can play with. Let's see if there are other stocks that are looking interesting now. ANPC. I'm not sure about this one. What you see here in ANXP is ANPC, sorry, NPEC, biomedical. This is the big rejection here. This is opening at 628. Then there's this big rejection at 669. And then it's just going nowhere for a long time, for a few hours. Then at 7 o'clock, you get this pop up into the open. So this blue line is pre-market open. Pop in the pre-market open, rejection. Under view up again. Tries another time, the second time, doesn't get there. Under view up again, tries just once more, doesn't get there. And now just let's see what it does here. So if you want to play this to the long side, then you should at least take away the 630 here, and there's some resistance here at 642 also, and then you can pull through till 669. And then the next level is 724. If you want to see some downside first, then well, for now, but that can change the next 2 hours. For now, this might just be some kind of level here, but with very, very low volume. Just be very careful. Let's see if this is also, oh, we played this one before, as you can see. Okay, just taking away these lines here, because it's really low. Look, this is the daily. What we see now here, this is daily. So this was Friday. Big movement on Friday. And if you see this kind of movement, and what you want to see the next day, of course, or the next trading day at least, is that it will be a second day runner so that it will take out at 734 and at least take out at 669. It's now to try to take out at 630 that you see here on the left side. We just talked about this 630 as being a level. It's trying to get there now. Will it or will it not? If you see this kind of movement, that's you can say, well, this is choppy, but at the same time it moves between 580 and 630, so that's 50 cents for a $6 plus stock. That's not even bad. You can play this one. Really want to break this one now. Just watch this one live in order to see if it really breaks it. It's definitely a level. You can see that. It's resistance here now at 630. It's now trying for the second time to break that. So this opening price is really some kind of resistance that you have to take into account. Okay. So then I want to look at some other stock that might be interesting right now. That's CCL. This is CCL pre-market. So went up from 27.10 to 27.37, 27 cents. And that's okay, you can say. I'm looking at this because of this nice wick. And it really has to make up its mind now. Is it going down here? And then you can play this one on the short side if you're a short player. And if it gets above this one, then it's of course a long. And it's really close to these trend lines right now. So now on the right hand side, this is my daily, this is a triangle. And if you look at this at the 5-minute scale, it looks like something like this. So you can see there's some room here to play with. Just touching that right there. So this is the room that, or the space that it can move in right now. And if, as you can see, that's from 27.03 till, well, let's say now 27.55. So that's only 50 cents on a $27 stock. There's an ATR of 180, 18. So if it breaks this trend line, this high, then you can play it on a long side. And if it breaks this one, then you can play it on the short side, if that's your game. And why is that interesting today? Well, this is why. because of this pattern here, and because CCL will have earnings on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not quite sure, but what you want to see, that you don't want to trade this one into earnings. At least I don't. And what you want to see, if there are some rumors or some kind of indications that the figures will be better than expected, the figures will be bad because it's CCL. But maybe it's a little bit better than expected, and you will get these rumors in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's why I'm hoping that it will break this this trend line, because I'm a long player essentially. Yeah, so that's what I see now, and if it breaks this trend line, it's also breaking this 9 EMA at 2760. So that's another other way of looking at it. And there's the 20, it's now getting some resistance at this 20 EMA, kinda. So a lot of levels to look at for CCL, and that's why it's on my list. It's gonna be an interesting few days for CCL. Is it breaking down even further, or will this be the week that it's going back up? Just looking at this small one again. 114, I told you, 114 is a real level for TNXP. No question about it. 114 is a big level. If it gets through that, then it might just be a nice squeeze up. Let's look at some other levels. This is, well, if you see this normally, then you say, okay, it has to break a trend line first before I do anything. And you might just argue, okay, it's breaking in that trend line right now. It's going to break the trend line right now. So this is what's happening right now. It's just getting above that and wants to break that 114. Just there's another attempt to break that 114, as you can see right now. And there we go. Is this a fake breakout, or is this the moment for this one? Watching it live now. Is this a fake breakout, or is this the moment that this stock will go? Just gonna keep on watching this one. A lot of sellers now. So this 114 was a resistance for a long time. Will it now be support, or will it not be support? Support. This 5-minute breakout could be a false breakout. There's no overextension now on the 5 minutes. But my level 2 is not. I see a lot of sellers, or potential sellers. Let me say that. On the tape I don't see them. The tape is green. Just gonna watch this one for 5 more minutes. So was this a fake, or wasn't this a fake? We established this 114 was a level, but we also saw that 115 and 160 also were previous high of days. So this, then it's not just one level, but that's an area of resistance. So it has to break through that area of resistance, and just remember that it's up from 96 cents already, far more than its ATR. So a lot of people who are in here now think, well, I'm going to take profit. A lot of people waking up at 8 o'clock Eastern time, they will think, oh my heaven, I was in this at $1. I hoped it would get through that $1. You see that $1, $1, $1. And then you wake up and then you see it's 13 cents above that $1 level. So you'll see a lot of movements on the 8 o'clock. A lot of platforms open at 7 or at 8. A lot of retail traders also wake up, not wake up, but start trading at those times. So you will see some big spikes in just 3 minutes from now. Viewer is at 109. I'm very curious how that one will go. It's just now volume is going down because everybody knows that spike's coming on TNXP. Just one more look at AMPC, what's happening there. So we established this big pop to 669. Then we said, okay, this is a level, this 630. It is a level. Doesn't want to get through that. Just not right now, and just have to wait until it does eventually. And then 669 is your next, and 724 is your level that you can trade it to, at least. So you see here AMPC taking another shot at that 630. So it will break that sooner or later today, and probably in pre-market. So TNXP is tempered off a little bit now, back to 111. Doesn't really get that 115 either. So as you can see, this is really an area of resistance right now. This part, 115, 116, 140. So you want to see it above that in order to trade it to the top. And just take one more look at the daily. So it starts to break this level or this trend line, this downward trend line, just above 9 EMA here, just about up, just again, just this yellow one is the 20 EMA, this blue one is the 50. So there's also going to be some resistance there, but if it gets above those two here, there's a cross. Maybe 120 is the safe spot to be in this one. So I'm going to set an alert at 118. Just see what it does. Okay, folks, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow at 1:30 Amsterdam time. You just can see now these enormous spikes that you're getting now. These spikes up and down, that's because a lot of platforms are open now. And just wait and see until it gets still at 118, then you're safe to be on the long side. And I'll be back tomorrow at 1:30 Amsterdam time, 7:30 New York time, and I'll also be back at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning Amsterdam time, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks for watching. Be safe and happy trading.